Hey guys, it's Backmarker, and today we're going to teach you how to be a self-respecting race car driver. Bearing in mind, of course, that race car drivers encompass everything from like Initial D to Formula D, um, and like Driftopia and like Drift Freestyles and what else? Drift Time Trials. All those are different styles of racing that we'll cover in this video, which is basically going to give you the nitty gritty of racing cars, fast and doing it right and making sure you hit all of your clipping points. I don't know why some people refer to them as apexes, but whatever. So our test car for the day is going to be the Houston something or other. Recently released by ISI. It's a fantastic car. If you don't have it, get it. It's on the Steam Workshop. It looks like that. So without further ado, any self-respecting race car driver knows the best way to start a race is to bounce off the rev limiter while the lights are going out. And then once you get the green, you just want to drop the clutch completely. That'll get the rear tires up to speed quicker, and therefore you get a better launch. So you always want to do that. You never want to slip the clutch because it could slow you down. And then right out of turn one, you want to intimidate your competitors by kind of slightly going sideways. And then you want to kind of show them your hand by going sideways around the outside, but not really. You don't want to do that yet because they might see you doing it, and so do it to the inside, but don't like complete the pass. This is all the intimidation stage still. And then you just want to come down the straightaway as best you can without sliding. You don't want to slide too much in a race car. That's not too good. That's called a love tap. That means the driver behind you respects you and how you're driving. It means he appreciates you for the race car driver that you are becoming. And that's good. That means we've got friends out here. The number 8 is saying he really appreciates what we're doing. You really want to not get on the brakes too late. And if you do, just aim for the clipping points and mash the gas. And then as you come up to corners where people aren't getting their clipping points, avoid them. Jesus. Okay, so that's a good lesson in being a race car driver, is avoiding bad drivers. Another one is don't do stuff that could like hurt you in style points. If you do, just make sure you do a 360 and get back on the road, because that will recover lost points. And then you just want to make sure you hit those cones. Those are your clipping points, and you get extra points for the more you knock down. As you can see, we've still got some good racers behind us. I'm sure they'll give us a love tap at some point, letting us know how good of a job we're doing. But as you come up on a corner like Sunset Bend, it's really important that you don't mess this up, and you never want to go too wide on a corner like this and have to constantly make adjustments to stay on the track, because if you don't stay on the track, it could probably end up poorly for you. But good thing, I mean, we did stay on the track. We are professional race car drivers. This is why you are taking the course from me. This is why you all paid for the course. And then into turn one, same with Sunset Bend. It's a big corner, so you want to make sure you get close to your competitor. And then you want to be very confused at why there's a slow car, and then give the love tap to the 24, because let's face it, the 24 is one hell of a driver, you know? We've seen him battling and doing good racing this whole race, but we're just going to pass him real quick so that we can get more racing in. He really appreciates us. He might let us know how much he appreciates us into this next corner, and I'm a little worried he's going to do that. So, so you never want to worry as a race car driver, because it could lead to you missing a point of importance, like a clipping or a braking point. But brakes are really just a thing to get you sideways. That's why you have to really slam on them if you're going way too fast. Because you want to get sideways sooner. Um, once you're out of rear tires, there's really not much you can do. I mean, you've basically won the race. It looks like we've had a driver miss a clipping point again, so we're just going to take to the inside line. There's always an inside line available. Always. There's never not an inside line available. For example, I'll just show you the inside line here is right about there. And then the inside line here is on this corner right there. And then you just power out of it down the straightaway. So yeah, there's always an inside line that you can pick. Sometimes they are a little tricky. So again, with Sunset Bend, you make sure you don't go too wide, or too wide. Like too wide or too wide is really good. If you go too wide, you could risk hitting the grass. Oh, hey, there's the 24. Here's the 13. So we're going to teach a little bit about Rubbins racing. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, we got turned by the 24. But that's okay, because he's a real pal and he helped us out. That's how you know, like, that's why you want to make friends on the track, you know? He gave us that love tap, and he saw we were about to spin, and he's like, oh, dude, I got you, man. And so it's always good to make friends on the track. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. And that's a perfect example. I couldn't have asked for a better teammate at that point. It seems we are a little warm. The engine is getting warm, which is good. That creates more horsepower. The more hot air gets sucked into the engine, the less combustion it has to do. Therefore, you create more horsepower when the engine makes that symbol, because it's sucking in a bunch of hot air, which means it's got a bunch of combustion. So that's basic. It's not like a warning thing or anything. It's basically, okay, we've got a full course yellow, and that's pretty convenient. I'll join you guys on the restart. Oh my fucking God, help me. Oh God. I can't even go pace speed straight. Alright guys, so we are back. We basically decided to drop to the end of the field because obviously we are the fiercest competitor. So there'd be no sense in us staying up front and, murdering all these people. So we dropped to the back because, it's no fun when someone just keeps beating you at whatever game you're playing. So we decided to let some of these guys have a little fun. We've let the tires cool down a little bit. Not that they didn't probably need it. They were looking pretty good still, and driving fantastically. Goodyear makes a great Michelin tire, so that means that they have very thin sidewalls, which gives you better flow of air through the tire, which helps them cool. So with that said, 1 to go, which means there's one more lap to go before we start murking fools again. As you can see, this is what we're going to do, is be passing all these people, but I don't want to cheat or anything, so I like to stay in the back. But I just wanted to show you an example of what we're about to do, which is go to the front. But yeah, so basically what we're going to do in this next lesson is cover racecraft as we begin to make our way to the front of the pack. It did have a lot to do with, love taps and stuff. Lots of racecraft is based on love taps. I'll just show you here real quick what a love tap could consist of. Once I stop being sideways, I'm just so good that I just can't get enough of being sideways. So a love tap is kind of like that. I would suggest doing it a little harder just so that they really know, but yeah, it's pretty it's a pretty, good push in the bum. And that's, how anyone really tells you they love you, is they put it in your bum. So, with that said, I think it's really just time to go racing. The first lesson in racecraft is going to be when to pass and when to not pass. The first thing I have to say is there is no time to not pass. Like, I don't know who came up with the theory of evolution of racecraft, but the idea that there is not a time to pass is totally false. It's just a theory. And that's all I have to say on that, is that not passing is just a theory. So do it. Well, don't not pass, just do the pass. Do the do. You do the do of passing. So with that understood, let's go back to green flag racing and show you when to pass and when to pass. You definitely want to pass right after the checkered line on the raceway, because that's the best point to pass. And so for that, I'm going to just chuck it into turn 1, and that's how I like to do my passes. Sometimes it doesn't work too well, like that, but it's just, you gotta take some chances. That was definitely a chance to pass. I'm pretty sure we're just out of airflow in the tires, which is likely. So instead of talking about racecraft, we're gonna talk about slip angles instead, until probably we fucking die because our tires are gone. So slip angles, right? I like to start teaching about slip angles in the dirt because it's just easier to maintain a slip angle in the dirt. But for this lesson, we're actually going to commence it on the asphalt, where it's probably no more grippy than the dirt. But I'm a professional race car driver, so obviously, these lessons are actual. I wonder if the gate that Corvette went through is over here. Oh, dude, look at that. So realistic. All right, so we're going to talk about J-turns. J-turns are a very important part of racing. So that's not really the best way to do a J-turn, but it's a way. And I mean, there's so many techniques of J-turns that you can't really just choose one. I mean, I think there's hundreds out there of hundreds of techniques about J-turns that you could technically use to your advantage while racing for some extra style points. So more about slip angles. I don't have control over this car anymore. I think the facade is up. I literally don't. All right. So I'm just going to show you an example of slip angles, and I'll just let you guys watch and see if I'm still sane or if talking is just making me bad. So here's an example of slip angles. No, I'm pretty sure I'm fucked on rear tires. Second gear peels. Watch out, ambulance people! Don't look at me like that. Fuck. So that yellow flag is just a symbol of fanaticism among the community. It means they really appreciate what you're doing and how you're doing it. And you can see all these people taking pictures means they really enjoy what we're doing right now, which is heating up the rear tires and getting better airflow into them. And as you can see, the engine is sucking in hot air like I was talking about before, which is very good. It means there's extra combustion in the leader chamber, which is different than the valve chamber. The valve chamber is the one with the cold air, and you wanna close the valve chamber every time your car gets hot, because then you get more heat in the heat chamber. it seems like we somehow sped up a little too much to put air in the tires still, so we're going to slow down here and put more air in the tires. Or airflow, not more air. You want the less air the better in your tires, so if I could recommend a tire pressure, I would recommend starting a race with 5 psi, because that means by the end of the race you'll be at 50. At the end of a 10-lap race, you'll be at 50 psi, because it increases by 1 per lap. So 1 times 10 is 100, and therefore you'll be at 500 psi at the end of a race. And I'm not sure what oh, it looks like the valve chamber must have opened and let in some cold air. So now the engine's basically flooded. So yeah, we've just got to wait here until the cold air vacates the engine. And that mist is all the condensation. I can't fucking keep doing this, dude. I'm so bored. I literally just entertained myself with this for however long this video was. And I don't even know what's going on right now. Somebody send help.